Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, my name is Muhammad Rafiz bin Zulkifli with matric ID AE190016. So, for my part, I will present about for activity 2, which is consist 3 load, which is 150, 200, and 300. So this is the design of the circuit. The source we use is 10 volt. The ammeter in upside and the downside, and here the load. So we proceed to the simulation, and we get the same, almost the same reading. So I have done with the two of the other load, which is through 200 and 300, which is with 150 we got the same, which is 0.06. For 200 resistance we get ammeter 0.05 after and before, and for 300 resistance we got 0.03, same. So after the calculation that we calculate for the manually, we almost got the same, but with different unit. So that's all for activity 2. Thank you.
Next, we will discuss about activity 3, which are the voltage, simulation, and calculation. So figure 7.6 shows the voltage measurement circuits. It is consists of the battery, DC source, and the resistor, and also the U1 and U2, which are the voltmeter. So we need to design this circuit in the simulation software. So here are the circuit in the simulation software, which we use the Proteus. So here we have the DC source, we have the resistor R1 and R2, and also we have the voltmeter U1 and U2. So next, we will run the simulation. So first, R1 is 200 and R2 is 100 ohms. So we set it 200 and R2 is 100. So we will run the simulations. Hence, we can see that there is a value in the voltmeter, which means that this circuit is connected correctly. So the value for the voltmeter R1 is 6.66 volts, and for the R2 is 3.33 volts. So we will stop. Next, we will set into the next parameter. So R1 will stay 200 and R2 is 150. So R2 is 150. Next, we will run the simulations. So we can see here that the value in the voltmeter is changing. It is according to the resistance value here. So for the full result, so here the full result for the all parameter of R2. So we have for the R2 which is 200 and R2 is the 300 ohms. So here in the simulated voltage are the result from the simulations. So that's all for activity 3. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum, I am Muhammad Afiq bin Ahad Nisam. My metric number is AE190052, and I will explain about activity 4, voltage and current simulation and calculation. So for the first step is we have to develop a circuit as shown in the figure. So I have developed the circuit. We can see here we have 10 volt DC battery, we have R1 with 200 ohm, R2 with 150 ohm, R3 100 ohm, and lastly R4 300 ohm. And then we have to simulate the value of U1, U2, U3 and U4 and record in the table. And also we have to simulate the value of current I1, I2 and I3 and record in the table here. And then we have to compare the value with the calculated value. So as I run here, we have U1 equal to 6.47, U2 3.53, U3 0.88 volt, and last U4 equal to 2.65 volt. For the current is we have 0.03 ampere, I2 we have 0.02, and I3 we have 0.00. So this is for the simulated value. As for the calculated value, I calculated every single value. So we have U1 is the same 6.47, U2 is also the same 3.53, U3 we got 0.88 value, and U4 is 2.65. So everything is still the same. So for the current, we got 0.03 for I1, for I2 is 0.02, and I3 is 0.008. There's a slight difference because the Proteus only use two decimal number, while we calculate we use more decimal number. So that's all for activity 4.